God you answered. It's been a day.
Mom.
And, no one napped.
Hello, everyone. I'm Macy.
I'm Lexi.
And I'm Michaela.
And this is
No One Napped.
I'm crazy excited to be behind
back.
the mic.
We're back.
You guys don't know it, but we have been gone.
We've had some episodes.
Yes. It's been,
Personally.
I think 4 weeks since we've been in these chairs last.
We
So-
haven't made any podcast episodes because we've been having depressive and manic episodes.
We've all been going through our own seasonal depression in little spouts. It's been really good. And then that would be followed up by the others being like, you're going to be fine. It's okay.
Yeah, we just went through that last week. No worries.
With several of us.
And we all
So-
got together last week, and I was like, you guys, I think the depression is going away. I feel so excited. They're like, honey, that's mania. Yeah. Honey, you swung
We're
too
in
far
our
in the other
high points.
direction.
I think you just needed to get away from your child for 20 seconds.
Yes. But
To
I'm
remember
away
what
from
it's
my
like.
child for 20 seconds, and what do? I cut bangs.
Yes.
Danger zone. That's the true sign of mania.
I was going to say Mania 1, Macy 0.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
the bangs look good. So it
I like
actually...
it.
But that's the thing is
Turned
that,
out.
that it was a good manic choice.
I feel like my true self. I
Yeah.
like them. I do, as the resident fast food connoisseur of the pod, we all are, but I do. We already texted about this, but I feel like I have to share with the listeners that if you don't know, if you are a McDonald's app holder,
Are we talking about the Grinch meal?
no,
Oh, okay.
I wish. If you are a McDonald's app holder, they send you a Spotify Wrapped, a McDonald's Wrapped. I think it was called McDonald's Unbagged. And I just have to share that I got that, which is sad in itself. And that my points that I used this year or scored 10,570. I don't know how many points you get per order, but that
My thought was that means that you spent
$10,000.
1,000 because I was gonna say it's probably 10 times or something. If it's 1 for 1, then maybe we need
to
a quick
reassess.
Also,
a quick reflection.
I'm in the team Limited Time Legends, and the team bio. Limited Time Legends are McDonald's super fans who never miss a drop. From collabs to seasonal steals, you're always first to score buzzer beater exclusives.
Mind you,
Oh.
her child can't eat McDonald's yet. Really,
Macy,
I mean, he is one. He can have French fries, but for the majority of this year, her child could not eat it.
And as I complain about this, keep in mind I had McDonald's 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
A bacon, egg, and cheese.
Macy, I just opened my unbagged. I think we should skip this part.
I'm so sorry I don't use the app. So
But a latte was my top
Okay, that's a chic answer.
latte.
A McCafe.
The
What was
points-
yours?
The points that I have scored are too many to discuss.
Wait,
more or less
say
than
it.
Lexi
The
or
Macy?
than Macy. More?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You're coming for my crown.
You have more children
I do have
Who
two
can
children
eat.
who do eat it.
who do eat, and we do live literally across the street from McDonald's. And I will say, after school, sometimes a fry hits.
Yeah.
Okay. However, my points are 162,011, which seems insane.
That
And I will not be going to McDonald's ananymore starting right now.
that
That's
disproves Michaela's $1,000
Okay, yeah.
thing. You would have
There's
spent
no
$1
way.
million.
I don't know.
There's no way I spent $16,000 at McDonald's. That's
no.
crazy work.
I don't know what the point regimen there is, but
Honestly, though, when I look at my finances, if I balance my checkbook, for lack of a better word, the amount of money that goes to food is always sickening.
It's always terrible.
I'm if I
Horrible.
had my food consumption, not groceries, my food or restaurant
Taking
in
out.
clothes,
yeah.
I would look amazing.
Yeah.
I would be so
Right.
stylish.
If I invested
Absolutely.
a fraction of what I do into eating out to skincare, you guys, it wouldn't,
It'd be over
it'd
for
be
you
over
all.
for everybody.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we start doing that. 2026, we take when we're going to go buy food, we take that and buy a gym membership.
Oh my God. I want to ask you guys to start working out with me in the new year.
So
I hate a
have
gym,
been
but perhaps.
right. I have been wanting to get into Hot Works maybe.
Yeah.
which is like individual classes. It's 24 hours. So like we don't have to go together either. It's like if I go at 10 p.m. because that's when I have time, or you guys go early or whatever. But it's like you can do Pilates, you can do yoga, you can do not Peloton. What am I saying?
Cycle?
Yes, like cycling, you can do boxing, but it's all like
It's all
works.
hot?
It's all really hot. So you sweat more.
Mama might puke, but
I've been thinking about doing that, but it would be nice to maybe
That's a good idea.
at least have the option. But it's
Yeah.
all like pretty like personalized. Like I'm pretty sure, don't come for me how it works, girls, but you go into like your own room. So it's like
that would be wonderful.
you sign up
Yeah.
for you book like a room for your class. So then it's like pretty individualized, and then there's a screen that does the class at the certain time. So
That's been my main pushback, like going to a cycle class, because I'll be damned if
Yeah.
I run out of breath in
Yes.
5 minutes in front
Yeah.
of all of these women.
I
I'll be damned.
went through a cycle bar stage for like 4 or 5 months before I got pregnant with Teddy, which is what led me to become pregnant with Teddy, as working out does, you know. Like I'm always like, oh, I'm skinny. Yeah.
I'm hot.
And I'm pregnant. Perfect. Wonderful. But I loved cycle bar. I thought it was really fun. I would love to go back. So
Yeah.
if you guys ever want to
I am terrified of like
join,
huffing
we
and
could go
puffing.
together.
I went once with Michaela and we sat in the back and it really wasn't as bad.
I
as thought.
always book the bikes in the back because it's less stressful. But honestly, everybody I think is trying so hard to not die that nobody's looking at you.
Right.
And it's so loud in there. That's why I loved cycle bars. It's really loud. It's really dark. So it's like there's no like nobody knows what's really going on at any given
Me
time.
falling off my bike, like passed out, and everybody can't hear because it's so loud and,
and nobody
dark.
knows you're dead.
I will
But
say
I love the
took
cycle bar.
an Orange Theory class once with a friend because I didn't pay for it, so I had to go. And she didn't know Orange Theory. I'm sure you can tell on the app, but like it changes like every day, you know. And the day I went happened to be like
Already know.
relay. And so I was her teammate, and you know the whole like
She picked the wrong friend.
she picked
She's
the
like,
wrong teammate. And honestly, she texted me or texted our group and was like, "Does anyone want to go?" And whenever I said I would, she was like, "I'm really surprised that you said that," which that is like no tea to her. That is true. She should be surprised.
She was like, I was asking for the others,
Yes.
mainly.
And I didn't want to let her down because the whole gag of Orange Theory is that it like your scores are on the screen in front of everyone.
No.
Yes.
And
correct.
so I did my hardest, but this relay was running, rowing, and weights. Maybe.
Yeah, and if you're like jumping into it for the first time in a long time, don't catch me on the rowing.
yeah,
Don't put me on running. Followed by weights.
Yeah, no,
My
I'll do
3
the
biggest
elliptical.
ops. Yeah.
well, also I was trying to do the weights that she lifts, and like the instructor had to come over and be like, "Mama, let's go down a little."
Maybe I could
You
do like
need
the
these
sit
5
up
pounds.
contest.
Uh-huh.
Give me the sit up contest coming back.
I puked in the bathroom after.
I'm not shocked.
Absolutely.
because I was going so hard. I was
Yeah.
like trying to do it. And I also, when you're not coordinated and you're going so hard, that doesn't translate to like, wow, she's going hard. That translates to like, get her a medic.
Yes.
Like
Someone
she
get her out of
seems
here.
Not
But,
okay.
Like a horse that's just been born, like
Yes.
learning to walk.
yeah. And they have like a little bowl of those like wintergreen mints in the bathroom. I don't know why. And
Probably-
literally me popping them in my mouth and spitting them in the sink, like because I was trying to like
Brush
not
your teeth.
puke. Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
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 Anywho.
They probably have them there for that very reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
And-
sister was doing a similar workout class over the summer and stuff that she was doing. It wasn't Orange Theory, but it was like a boot camp situation. And she was like, "You should come with me." And every time I'd be like, "No." First off, because everybody in my high school also does this exact same class. And I'm like, I refuse to work out in broad daylight with people I know. I just won't do it.
I won't.
And she was like, "It's fine." And I was like, "Well, explain it to me." And she was like, "Well, we typically start it by like running some laps outside." I'm like, No.
Running- Is this
And-
gym class?
And no. And I'm actually out right then and there. You don't have to say anything else.
running laps outside, paying someone to run laps outside where it's free to run? No, thank you.
Are we doing the pacer, like the
Yeah.
fitness test? I'm good.
What are we
don't-
training for?
I don't actually want to do that.
Did I tell you my endeavor that I am doing? Possibly. I mean, I'm
A
gonna say it on
5K?
this. I'm walking the half marathon.
Okay.
with my dad.
Okay. Which
that.
the Oakland
Yeah. Which, do you think if I start walking hardcore in January, I'll be ready by April?
Yeah. I mean,
To walk
if the
13
goal
miles?
is to walk, yes.
Yeah. So I thought that was embarrassing. Listen, I will never run, but every year when every big marathon rolls around and literally 50 people on my Instagram post a picture with their medal, I'm like, I literally couldn't run 1 mile. And I'm not being dramatic. The thought that these people that I just know casually can just go run 13 miles and it's like not a super big deal, it's literally mind boggling to me because I couldn't run 13 miles if there was $1 million on the line.
Right.
Like I
agree.
could not.
If you were chasing me,
I would
couldn't-
die.
I couldn't run a mile.
That's why I always say, like, if
Good.
the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm succumbing to the zombies.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yes.
one with the zombies.
Absolutely.
But I refuse to die as the loser who that's the truth for. And I was like, I could never run it. Like I could train for the rest of my life and I could never run 13 miles, but I could walk it tomorrow. So that's what I told my dad. I said, we're walking it tomorrow. And my poor dad is, older and he has bad lungs from COVID and I've dragged him into this mission with me. So we'll see how it goes.
It'll
But
be fine in April.
we'll see.
It'll be fine.
I'm going to treat myself to cute shoes, cute outfit.
Absolutely.
I get the little marathon thing.
Give yourself a goal.
Give
cute. You
myself
can
a
put a
goal.
sticker on your car.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
So the worst part is that my training will obviously start in the bitter cold in January, but maybe that'll be refreshing.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be fine.
stay tuned, girlies.
I think they say, what is it? Like, it just takes 30 minutes of walking to, like, increase your life span.
Wow.
30 minutes of
say-
walking
Never
a day.
mind. Like, I don't want it.
Walking a day is like decreases your risk of Alzheimer's by like half or something
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Something
like
about
crazy work, just walking.
Also, I think it might have something to do with like walking and speaking. So like talking with somebody else, like something about the body moving and the brain working at the same time, like decrease your risk for Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Find
That's
us
why I'm
soon.
taking you all with me. I'm on the mic.
We get GoPros.
It's just us.
Yeah.
No.
What if we did that? What if we were the mall walkers?
You would have to drive here every single day.
We could go to Early Wine, meet halfway.
That wouldn't. Oh, okay.
I tried to
down.
mall walk once and I just shopped.
Right. You have to go to
Yeah.
North Park Mall where there's
Which
really
is it any
nothing
different?
interesting.
I don't know.
You're still walking into the store.
And you're kind of like more alert inside the store. So I feel like you're working your brain even better
Yeah.
than if you're just walking.
I agree. I think we all mall walk when we go to the mall.
Absolutely.
I think we all sing.
I think we can all sing. Okay. So all of those tangents to lead us to our topic today, which is finding out we are pregnant, which currently I am not.
I am not.
No,
Currently none of us are, nor have we experienced this recently.
it's been
for any
over
of
a
us.
year.
A year?
all of us.
No, a year and 9 months.
A minimum of almost 2 years. I was talking to Nick about this the other day. I was like, it's almost been 2 years since we got pregnant with Teddy, because we got pregnant in January of 2024.
Yeah.
So next
Crazy.
month will be 2 years since we
Yeah.
found out. So anyways, our topic today is going to be finding out we're pregnant. We're going to give you some stories of how we each found out we were pregnant. And then we have a Mount Rushmore that we're going to do afterwards. We're going to talk about labor and delivery. And then we have a fun new segment at the end that we're going to finish it off with. So
Perfect.
Well, I will be the first to say that I feel like finding out I was pregnant was a little anticlimactic. You really work it up in your head, especially with your first baby. But then it's like, if things go well, which I'm so lucky that things went well and easily, it was kind of like, let's try to get pregnant. And then it was like, we're pregnant, I will say, because I'm a spaz, I've thought I was pregnant every month my entire life.
I was going to say, I feel like the elephant in the room is that Maisie and I have taken no less than 60 pregnancy tests together.
Since we started being sexually active.
Yes, since we first lost our virginity, and every month since. Just because
Even before, really.
we are from Oklahoma, which obviously most of you watching are probably as well. Our sex ed is zero.
None.
None at all. So
I'll prove that in a moment.
so we were convinced, especially with this
Case study.
case study in our very
Patient
near
zero.
circle. Growing up, I was convinced. I was like, I'm gonna have sex one time, pregnant for sure. I was on birth control we used condoms. I still was like, I'm for sure pregnant this month.
I would
Like,
be weeping in the shower holding my high school belly.
Yeah.
Like, it's me and you now, baby.
Yeah. One time, Macy and I and one, maybe two other friends went to go get a pregnancy test for Macy. It was a 2-pack. So we were like, anybody else want one? One of our other friends was like, I'll take it. We went and took it in a Burger King bathroom. A Burger King bathroom.
Mind you, now
what
as
if
an
that's how you
adult-
found out you were pregnant? In Burger King?
And also,
Well, you hold on.
With all your friends?
yeah, hold your beer. I, as an adult too, like the chances of me ever being pregnant from any of these encounters, like given the precautions we all took, 0. Half the time, I don't even think we had sex.
Right.
And we were concerned.
Yeah.
Like I'm like thinking this A touched B and then I kissed C and
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it.
And then we like did Google, of course, like Google given to high school girls who are convinced they're pregnant is never good.
With no sex education.
With
Yes.
with no real ideas, and you don't feel like you can ask your parents because obviously that's like
we live in the
freaking
Bible
crazy
Belt.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our moms would have a heart attack if we were like, Mom, could I be pregnant? But I wish we would have asked them because they would have been like, you guys didn't have sex. No,
Okay,
you're
you
good.
You big
Like,
idiot.
My
Yeah.
example
Did
of
he do this? Did this happen? Yes or no? Okay, you're good.
Once we were watching Grease as a family, and I was in one of these anxiety spirals for no reason.
That sounds like hell.
and yeah, I
Watching
know.
Grease?
Yeah.
With a
Well, the
family
song
member?
"Bun in the Oven" they begin singing it, and I guess I make a face because later that night I'm in the bathroom like brushing my hair, and my mom's like, "So what? You're afraid you're pregnant?" And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And of course, my brain is like, she senses it because I am. She's like, no, because you freaked out on the song about a teenage pregnancy. And then once again, because she's an adult, asks me what occurred, when it occurred. She's like, you're good, mama. Go take a seat.
And I think like growing up, you just think that like one and done, which like some of us are lucky enough that that is our experience. But a lot of the time when Nick and I got married in June of 2020, and then we decided we wanted to get pregnant in literally September, 2 months after. So I had the next plan on implant. So it wasn't like I could just stop taking my birth control. I had to get it fully removed. So I got it fully removed, and I was talking to my OB about it because I was like, yeah, we're going to start trying. And she was like, do you have any questions? And I was like, do you have any tips? Like, what do I need to know going into this? And she was like, well, you do have to have sex. And I was like, okay, perfect.
And you're
got
like,
it.
okay, have sex.
And she was like, the average time it takes a couple to get pregnant is between 6 months and a year, like on average. And she was like, if you're not pregnant after a year, like we can go over things then, like we can talk about different like solutions or get tests done or whatever. At
Are we
that
being
point. I
bombed?
think it's an airplane. But when she
they
said
don't want us
that-
talking about Orange Theory.
They don't want us talking about veterans.
they're like parachuting in.
I'm like, I planned this segment to surprise you guys later. They're early.
The veteran strippers.
If you can hear that, I don't know what's going on above us.
Yes.
That's okay.
But anyways, it really shocked me that my OB was like, average is 6 months, because I was like, no, this is going to get removed from my arm and I'm going to be pregnant moments later, because that's just what I thought happened up until I was literally 23 at the time. So, but I think it's like you realize how hard, like the chances of you getting pregnant each month are very slim most of the time for like all the pieces to fall in together. Which I didn't have any problem either time getting pregnant. But it is like kind of a little puzzle. Like you have to work out when you're truly ovulating and like husband factors and certain like other things. And it really just kind of surprises me that like teen pregnancy happens so frequently, because I'm like, you really can only get pregnant like 4 days out of the whole month.
I think because
Right.
teens, one, are like horny,
Yeah.
and then two, are so healthy that their body
Yeah.
really is yearning
Yeah.
to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Like they don't have
Absolutely.
all the factors fighting, like stress, bad diet. Well, maybe bad diet, but like stress, age.
They have like metabolism to like counteract the bad diet.
Totally.
So it's like, it's all fine.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like that always just surprised me that like you can only really get pregnant like 3 to 4 days out of the entire month. Because I used to be like, I can have sex on the first week of the month and I'm pregnant. No,
Yeah.
you have to wait until you're ovulating. You have to, do the thing on like within a range of time, and then it's still a maybe. Like because you could miss it, you could go too soon, you could go too late. But I think that was
Which is why sex education is so
it's so
important.
important.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
why are we almost 30 and we're like, oh.
I'm still figuring things out. I just figured out my last pregnancy that the man is the one who contributes to the gender. Like it's not up to me. It's not up to my eggs or anything that have to do with gender. It's up to the dude if he's giving you a Y chromosome or an X. So it's like I literally just found that out at 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I've never been a birth control person.
Also, maybe I'm an idiot.
No,
Can I
you're
put that
not.
out there?
No,
So maybe you guys at home are like, okay, everybody knows.
No.
No, I
well,
feel like you had to be raised in a certain home, like kind of home, but like you weren't getting it anywhere else. If your parents did not teach you, you were not
Right.
getting such a sex education.
Yeah, no, I have never been a birth control person, so I've always been aware of ovulation, and it would amaze me how many of my friends, when they would be in a pregnancy anxiety spiral, and I'd be like, well, when did you ovulate? And they had no idea what I was talking about. I've always known that because if you're not on birth control and you have a relatively normal cycle, you probably can pick up on the cues. And like, I started my period when I was 11, so I've had quite a long time to like pick up on the cues. But it is not just you. Like a lot of women don't even know what ovulation is until they are like actively trying to conceive and like having to look into how that works, which is a problem with the country.
Yeah.
Right.
Like men, women, everyone should, I'm like children, should know.
But
should
I mean,
know
once you
about
start
ovulation.
your period, yes.
Yes.
You should know those things.
especially because if we just taught this one thing to high school students, hey, like during this time frame, like you're gonna be wanting it all the time, you have to use protection. Like I'm not saying don't do it because high schoolers and you know
why they
teenagers are gonna do
don't?
it anyways, but like if you don't want to get pregnant these like 6 days out of the month, you're gonna have to wear a condom.
I think it's because they're afraid if they say that, then they won't wear a condom the other 30 days, which like
Right.
STDs, STIs, I
Right.
guess. So they're like, let's just scare them into like,
Yeah.
you will have a baby if you have sex, which
Right.
is not correct. But I feel like at least in the South where we live or the Midwest, that's like probably the
Yeah.
twisted logic.
Yeah.
Which like,
I think protection
Like
obviously
Mean Girls.
isn't
If you have sex, you will die.
yes. Yes.
protection isn't only obviously to protect you from getting pregnant. So obviously preach that to like younger kids for sure. But I think if women knew, because most teen girls don't want to become pregnant.
No.
So it's like that's not the goal for them. So why would we not teach them that like, hey, in this span of time, like you're going to feel these signs, you're going to have to wear protection or like your chances of pregnancy are really increased. you know?
Totally. You did want to be pregnant as a teen.
Oh my God, I would have been okay with I would be
You
okay
really
with the
did.
pregnancy anytime.
Every time she had a scare, she was more sad that it was negative.
She's
I know,
like,
I was like,
oh, not this time.
I'm still that way. I'm still like, I don't want another baby, but I would take another baby any day of my life. I just love being pregnant. I love having babies. Sorry.
It's a good problem. Repopulate the earth
It's
for
the
the
best.
Patriot Games.
Yeah. Which I would be
It's a good
joining.
thing. I'm volunteering, so you don't really need to have children.
My sister the other day was like, should I volunteer? I was like, you have to be 18, grandma. Like, you're too old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
It's high school age. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just like
so
the
it's
Hunger
like,
Games.
It's real Hunger
Yes,
It is
Games.
which
the
is
Hunger Games.
which is Nick was like, no, I think it's just high school people. I was like, confirmed.
Okay.
Confirmed. Hunger Games confirmed.
I saw this thing this morning that was like, someone check on Suzanne Collins. She did not want to write like a nonfiction story.
Right. This actually wasn't meant to be historical fiction. It
The
was
only
just-
good thing that can come out of it is if she's enraged enough to write another book. When Logan and I found out we were pregnant, it was our second month trying, and I hadn't put a ton of thought into it. Once again, I know I'm very privileged to be able to say that. The only like semi weird thing that happened was that I think I was like 2 days late, so I didn't wait a super long time, but I was trying, I didn't want to take it if I was going to start my period soon. I just thought, like, why even do the upkeep? And so the only thing was that my boobs felt a little weird. Like, they did feel like a little off for me, but
Once
I
it
couldn't
happens
tell.
once, like you're like, oh yeah, that's the feeling.
Yeah.
It's
This
like
is
fullness.
okay.
You know?
This is so bizarre. And I don't know if this will get us in trouble on YouTube. I don't think it will. But they did feel strange. This is so bizarre. I can't believe I'm saying this and posting it to the internet. I was sitting outside on my patio and I'm like,
no, it started to rain. You had a Mean Girls
yes,
moment.
Yes. 90%
sense it.
chance it's
Flip
already
off
raining. No, they felt so weird. And I was like, I didn't have a bra on. I just woken up. So I like looked at them to be like,
Oh,
are they
yes.
veiny? Are they big? Like, is there something weird? Because you read all this stuff of like, if you've ever been on like a Reddit, am I pregnant? Women are like, my nose itched for 11 seconds. I think it's a sign. And like then 18 women are like, yes, this was a sign for me.
Yes.
Like
and
will,
it's twins.
yes, we will
Yeah.
convince ourselves of anything.
Yeah.
So I'm investigating my strange boobs and I kid you not, I like lift one up to look at it. A drop of what I now know, I guess, to be clear colostrum came out. I hadn't even taken a pregnancy test and liquid came out of my boob.
That should have been a sign that
Well-
you were going to be a master breastfeeder.
Yeah. Then I walked in and I tell Logan, I said, I am pregnant. He goes, what? You took a test? I said, no, liquid just came out of my boob. I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh, stop. He's working from home, working at his desk. And I said, I'm taking one. He was like, no, like just wait a few more days. I'm like, I'm pregnant and I know it. So I go and take a test. And then I just like, it wasn't even a sweet moment because I walked in. I'm like, see,
I told you.
I told you.
He's like in the middle of a Teams meeting.
Yeah.
It was
And
just
you're
a
like,
gotcha
"See?"
moment.
It was.
You're like, I just need to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my test was really positive. So I do think that it like
It had been long enough.
had been long enough, obviously. And then really like it was pretty unremarkable. I didn't tell my friends for a bit because I had so much anxiety in early pregnancy and I had like spotting and cramps and it was just like not a super fun time for me. I'll be excited for another pregnancy because I hope that anxiety won't like have such a stronghold on me.
Because you know you can experience those things and still have a healthy pregnancy.
Exactly.
You know, like
Yeah.
a lot of crazy things happen while you're pregnant and most of them are normal.
Yes. The only fun thing I did, because my anxiety kept me from doing anything too cute as far as telling people, but I did, I mean, we talked about the group text, but I did go and we had dinner with my mom and I brought groceries and I was like, we got this, I got you this. And I handed her the test and my mom was like, shut up. I was like, no, it's real. And that was sweet because she was excited and she cried and that was nice. And then we told Logan's mom on her birthday. So those things were fun, but it was a pretty unremarkable story. And I'm very lucky that it went that smooth for me and it wasn't like emotional and tearful and yada yada.
Yeah. When we found out we were pregnant with Indy, I was like very anal about everything because I was like literally learning it all as I went. So I was taking like ovulation tests and stuff like, and like putting them all next to each other and seeing like where my peak was and doing all the things. And I was testing like immediately once you could, which is technically between like 9 and 10 days post ovulation, which is like 6 to 7 days pre-period, which is very early. So I was like taking tests every morning. And then one morning I felt like I got like a faint line. And then I came home that next night or I went to work and then I came home and I took another one and it was like it was still very faint, but like definitely 2 lines. So I told Nick and he was like, I don't see anything. And I was like, I had to explain to him that like any line means pregnant. Like it gets stronger as you get more pregnant as the pregnancy continues. But my sister had also just found out that she was pregnant like 2 months prior. So I immediately called her and I was like, I'm pregnant. I got a pregnancy test, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, you're not. She also didn't even know that like faint lines exist and still mean you're pregnant.
Mind you, a nurse.
Yes, correct. But she was like, no, that doesn't mean anything. Like, have you missed your period? And I was like, no, not yet. And she was like, then you're not pregnant. And I was like, I am pregnant. I know I'm pregnant, but whatever. So that was my first pregnancy. And then I like announced to everybody in like, you know, the ways that you do. And it was fine. And then with Teddy, it was very like, we had decided that we wanted to try in like March. We were trying to like time it up with the year. And then January hit and here we go. Like I was being impulsive. I was like, let's just do it. Let's get it over with. Because I wanted to be pregnant again. So we started trying in January and then I had a positive pregnancy test at the end of January.
I have a theory that's why there are so many September babies, because people are like, this is the year we're trying, and then it goes
Well, also
smoothly.
It's
New
so
Year's.
exciting.
If you, September's
Yes.
9 months from New Year's.
Yeah.
So that's why you have.
And Christmas
And
is
the
just such a
holidays.
like romantic, cozy time.
Yeah.
You just feel all the love for
Yeah.
family.
And you get the ideas of like next Christmas, like we'll have another stocking. Like you get like those thoughts of like, if we started trying now, we'll have a baby then, and blah blah blah. But and that one was pretty like unremarkable. I went to a funeral actually for one of my students' dads who had passed away, and I like could not get it together. Like I was just like bawling the whole time. I like couldn't rein it in, and I was like, "There's something wrong with me." And I was like, "Well, I could be pregnant." So I take tests. It's all negative, and it's negative for like a week, and my period's like looming. So I'm like, I feel like we're through that post ovulation time where like I should be seeing signs, but like nothing's coming up. And then like one day I was feeling nauseous, and I was like, I have one test left. I literally bought like a pack of 15, and they were all negative leading up to this point. And I was like, I have one test left. So I took the test, and then I left it. We went and put Indy down for bed, because she's like 2.5 at this point. So we just put her down for bed, and Nick was like, did you take a test? And I was like, yeah. I had honestly totally forgot that I had taken it. But I was like, it's going to be negative. Like, I don't know why it's just negative, because all of my other ones had been negative. And so he goes to get it, and then he looks at it and it's positive. But I think it was sweet that there was like a single moment that he knew and I didn't know, and he got to tell me that I was pregnant.
Yeah, that's so fun.
That's fun.
But yeah, so
Do you remember
Normal
when
stories.
you told us that you were pregnant with Indy? We were supposed to get together for wine and something, and I kept being like, no, I'll bring hot chocolate, or like, let's just do hot chocolate. That's cozy. I don't know why. I just wanted hot chocolate. And after Michaela told us, she was like, I was so worried that that you were pregnant, because you kept insisting hot chocolate
To
instead
bring
of
hot
wine.
chocolate, yeah.
And she was like, I thought it was going to be both of us.
Yeah.
But I guess wanted hot chocolate. I don't know.
just wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So yeah, we're definitely very lucky to have never really struggled to try and get pregnant. And I know that like infertility can happen at any point. You can get easily pregnant the first, second time, and then you go for your next, and it's like you can't do it. But so definitely grateful that we didn't ever have to stress about anything. When we were ready to have a baby, we just did. So lucky that all of our pregnancies have been healthy, and we have 5 beautiful babies.
5 babies.
Speaking of the OGs,
I'm actually going to start with August. Getting pregnant with him was, I think I got pregnant about 6 weeks after Michaela did with Indy.
we kind of like
so
timed
fun.
it where literally the night that I told you guys that I was pregnant, I think that had to have been the night you conceived.
I think
Or you were already pregnant and
it
didn't
was
know.
because I think we met right after Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly.
It was Christmassy. Yeah.
And
Right?
I got pregnant like around
November.
Thanksgiving.
November.
Thanksgiving was like when
Yeah.
I first
I was
like,
trying to-
missed.
yeah.
So it was like literally 6 weeks after. So I didn't know I was pregnant yet when you told me you were
Yeah.
pregnant with Indy, but I found out like very shortly after.
Because then you told us around Christmas, because I got my pregnancy test. My first one with Indy was like November 10th or something. So I told you guys like a week after. And then
Yeah.
you told us in December at some point.
Yes.
And
it
Lexi
had to
told
have
us
been
we went out to
after
eat.
Christmas. We were going to eat ramen, but the place was too busy. So I just had you guys open it in the
So you
car.
told us in the car, yeah.
But we went to Charleston's, and someone ordered fish, and both of you were like dying.
Yes, we were both so sick because I was so
I
sick.
would
with
die
August.
not pregnant.
But we found out I took a test on Christmas, and that's
Aw.
when I got the positive pregnancy
On
test
Christmas
with
is so sweet.
because we were at I think Christmas dinner at my aunt's house, and I was like, I hate everything in here. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
all smells horrible.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh okay, so I'm pregnant. But that was August, and then we told everyone in February, and it was
And he was planned.
yeah he was planned.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
He was easy. I mean, I was really, really sick. I had to switch to, I remember I had to take my psychology of psychopaths online because going in person and seeing all of like the graphics was horrible for my pregnancy. But anyways, that was the only like major setback with him, was being so sick. But now to the main event, the big kahuna. I'm going to set the scene. I'm 17. It's the summer before senior year of high school.
The last good summer we had.
The last good summer we had.
Truly. 2015.
2015. I was we were in the Mustang Walmart. That's important.
That beats Burger King, maybe.
Yeah.
Mustang Walmart.
Mustang
beats-
Walmart might.
That's a crazy place to be.
Right.
I mean,
that's what
beats
I'm
it on the
saying.
crazy scale. Not that it's more luxurious.
Yeah. We were in the Mustang Walmart, and
You and Shay.
yes, me and Shay. And about a week later, I was to fly to Sweden on a 17-hour flight.
Yes, for your
Cuckoo
brother's,
bananas.
Brother's wedding. So we got the test. I went into the Mustang Walmart bathroom. And
What
took
made
the
you take a
test.
test at 17?
I missed my period,
Okay.
like the first one.
That's so rational.
Yeah.
And so we went to Walmart to bought a
What a
test.
rational thing to do.
Used
Oh, you missed your period.
used
What a thought.
self checkout because
As one does.
that's crazy. I took it. It was positive. We were both like, "What the fuck? Like,
Right.
What the fuck
Yeah.
did we do?"
Did you cry?
So no, I think we were both like in shock.
Yeah.
And like we drove home silently. And
I feel it. Like
I
I,
know.
could just feel
Shay
my
Shay
gut.
called his mom and was like, "Hey, can you come outside for a second?" So she came and got in the car, and we just like slid her the positive pregnancy
Wow,
test.
that's also mature. You guys were mature.
And she was like, "Well, what do you want to do? Like, you have options." And we were like, "We don't know yet. Like, I literally have to fly to another country in a week, so we'll figure that out when
And
we
I'm
get
not
back."
ready to tell my dad yet. Like, I'm not ready
Right.
to tell my
whole family I'm about to see at a wedding.
Right, because Shay's family is very open, and Cindy, I remember she said, "Okay, well, we always talked about like me and your dad talking to Shay. We always talked about like anything is okay as long as you don't murder or hurt someone or do something like that. Like anything else we can take care of." So we
Yeah.
were like, "Okay, it's fine." So they were very open and like accepting. But me, I was raised in a conservative household. So it was a little bit terrifying.
Yeah.
And I was already a reckless teen, so it was just like the cherry on top of that little Sunday. But so then I flew to Sweden, and the plane flight over there was hell. Like,
I can't
literally
even
hell.
imagine.
I'm sure.
And then I got to Sweden, and they have like the jet lag was awful.
And you're already so tired.
So
Like,
tired, and
everything
the jet
about
lag
you
was
is so
horrible.
And the anxiety of like you can't even tell people I feel this way because I'm pregnant.
tired. Yeah.
Right, and
You
like
know?
You're just like, I'm sick.
It's
I don't know why I'm
crazy.
sick.
And they have something in Sweden called kebab pizza, and they like brought it to the house several times, and it was at Taco Bell, the jalapeno sauce they put on the chicken quesadilla, that's the base of this pizza.
Right. It's like
Enough.
what's it called?
Kebab, I don't know what it's called, but
Kebab sauce or
kebab
something. It's
pizza.
probably what it is.
And
I've seen
the
it
smell
before.
was so nauseating that I literally was throwing up. But luckily, my dad also hated it. So he was also gagging. And
Oh,
I was
amazing.
like, yes, it's just us being uncultured Americans.
Right.
Yes.
Like, that's the
This
issue
has nothing
here.
to
Turns
do
out
with
your
the
dad
baby
is
in my
also
womb.
pregnant.
Turns out my dad is pregnant.
Was also pregnant at the same time.
She's like, that's how I got my
crazy.
baby brother.
And then at the wedding, so in Sweden, the drinking age is 18.
Yeah.
And I wasn't yet 18, but they were like, "Oh, you can have champagne to toast." And I was like, "Oh, me? I would never drink alcohol."
Right.
Okay, you're responsible again. A lot of teens would be like,
But
what's
she's
a
like,
sip?
well, she's like, has already drank before.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I was probably drinking when I got pregnant.
Yeah.
But I was just like in such shock and like didn't want to.
Right. You're like,
Do anything to make
I
it
don't know
weirder.
much, but I
Right.
know I
Yes.
can't drink while
Yes.
I'm pregnant.
So then we got back home and I actually like started a period. Like I had a period. And so I was like, okay,
This is gone.
issue resolved.
Yeah.
I don't have to sell anyone. I don't have to do anything. And then I continued to have a period, but I was also like cramping. So I went to, there's a clinic in Norman where you don't have to have parental consent to go see them. It's called the Eden
The
Clinic.
eating clinic. Yeah.
Which is before I went to the Eden Clinic. I did not, like I looked it up online and read the website. I did not realize that it was like a faith affiliated
Yeah.
place.
Okay.
So I went there.
The name Eden.
That
wasn't-
makes sense.
wasn't shocking
It wasn't
enough.
good. That wasn't
She
convincing
was
enough to me.
preoccupied, Michaela.
I was like, Eden, that's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
So I went there and they like gave me a pee test and did an ultrasound and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're pregnant. Like you're like real pregnant." This was I think in October. So I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant at that point. And they're like, "You're real pregnant." They were like, "You could like here you have like adoption stuff. You could keep the baby. Here's some resources. We do not support abortion, so we will not get you anything on that." And I was like, okay, that makes sense because of where I came. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I went to Planned Parenthood, and they're like, oh yeah, you have all of the options. Like, you're at the point now though where if you wanted an abortion, you'd have to go out of state.
Right.
And I was like, okay. But at this point I was 18, so it was an option to leave and go out of state. But yeah, so then I just continued going to the Planned Parenthood doctor for like monthly checkups.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't tell my dad until right before Christmas. Mind you, Violet was born in February.
Yeah.
She was an edgy Tumblr teen.
I continued to go to school. I just wore big sweaters. I remember there was a rumor that I was pregnant because of the pom coach. She saw me at a basketball game. Mm-hmm. And she's going to watch this.
Don't comment on teenagers' bodies.
She's my biggest op.
Yeah.
Sharing information that's not your own.
Crazy
to share
work.
Is crazy.
So she saw me at a basketball game and I had turned like a certain angle and I was wearing a basketball jersey. And so she told her pom squad that I was pregnant. And one of them I was friends with, and she was like, hey, are you pregnant? And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. And she was like, okay, well, insert pom coach said you were pregnant. And so then I told the principal, the guidance counselor, that she was saying these things, and then the rumor got out.
Lexi is so responsible. I know this is about her getting pregnant as a teenager. Every step was right.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I mean, not telling your dad till 2 months before delivery.
crazy, but I was going to the doctor.
But you were going to the doctor, and you told Shay's mom.
So it's fine. But
And
Shay's
you didn't
mom,
drink champagne.
And an adult knew.
Shay's
An
mom
adult knew.
thought the issue had been resolved, so she didn't check in because we
she
were like,
thought
oh,
you
I
had
had a
started your
period
period.
because I continued to have periods. But so yeah, then everyone just started asking me if I was pregnant, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna switch to online school though because you guys suck.
Yeah.
But no, it was because I was pregnant. I just lied to everyone. And then I told my dad, and then we announced on Christmas, and then she was born a quick month and a half later.
Yeah. And now we have Nugs.
Yeah.
And now I have that.
She was the light of our world from the minute she entered the world.
And she got to go to senior prom.
Yeah.
She got to go to college.
It's also, all babies are gifts, but like when you're, obviously Lexi was years before all of us, so Nug was the first baby any of us met, and then she was like the most gorgeous baby from the rip. Like she never had an ugly baby face. So if anything, it made Michaela's wish to be a teen mom so much stronger. Like I was like, oh, this is a miracle from above. How wonderful.
Right now, Michaela doesn't have to have a baby.
Because now I can just live vicariously through you.
Yes.
But I will say, like, going through my own pregnancy and having my first child and everything just makes me like respect you so much more for having to have gone through all of that at such a young age. Not that we were immature, because I feel like all of us are kind of old souls. Like, we're very mature. We, you know, we didn't like really party, like, you know, like just certain things. Like we just kind of are more mature than our age would imply. But I still cannot fathom doing all of the things that motherhood entails at 18. I cannot imagine it.
I will say Violet was a very easy baby.
Thank
like
God.
she was not difficult, no colic. She slept through the night. She was healthy. I mean, she didn't cry a whole bunch. Like she was the ideal baby for a teen mother
To have first.
How was your postpartum experience? Like obviously the hormone shift is hard regardless, but did you go dark deep, or did you feel pretty
No,
okay?
it was fine. Like I literally felt completely normal. I mean, other than having like she was a C-section baby, so like that's obviously
C-section
rough.
recovery stuff.
But
when you're 18, your body's like,
yeah, I was
no
like
worries.
bounced back. It was
Yeah.
very quick, and I remember we immediately just started taking her places with us because obviously we were still in school. So like, you
don't
gotta
have
do
a
what you gotta
choice.
do.
Yeah.
Shay was still wrestling, so she just went to wrestling meets.
Sweet.
But there was like no change with her, and I think like genuinely I could not have done it otherwise.
Right.
Had she been a difficult baby, I don't know, like that would have been so hard
So miserable.
because like had she been August, who was
So tough.
a horrible baby, just hated being a baby, I think things would have ended a lot differently. Like it would have been a lot more
Michaela
stressful.
always says that everyone gets one hard baby, and like what a gift that yours went in the order they did.
Right.
That it wasn't your first.
Yes.
Everyone gets a hard baby. Not one, but a hard baby.
Yeah, you could have multiple, but
Yeah.
you at least have
You're
a hard
at
baby.
least getting one.
Which means you still
I'm still down. Well, Indy
Indy
was
was
kind
kind
of
of
hard.
tricky.
Indy was a little bit
She
hard.
wasn't bad, but there were definitely parts that I was like, Now that I've
I'm
had
out of my
Teddy,
league,
now that I've had Teddy, I'm like, okay, she's freaking easy compared to Indy.
I will say though, like we had
C-section.
like a very
Oh,
big support system.
remember.
Like Shay's parents,
Mhm.
Cindy specifically, like she would wake up with Violet if she woke up in the middle of the night and we had school the next day. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
I was doing it all by myself. So
Which,
I think
as
that,
you
that
should
helped.
at that age. I mean, at any age, you need a village, but like obviously a child.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gotta step in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say motherhood is so isolating anyways. I think we were all lucky enough, other than Violet, to have experienced pregnancy together.
Yeah.
Because you and I had Indy and August together, and then we had Teddy and Jesse together. So it's like nobody's
We've
done
had
it
hair.
alone. However, motherhood is so isolating sometimes that especially at 18, I can't imagine, because nobody else is going through it. Like
No.
all of your friends are going to prom and going to parties, and you still went to prom and stuff, but like,
Right.
what is prom when you're also worried about if your baby's asleep
And you have to be home,
at a certain hour
10 p.m.
and maybe you're breastfeeding or whatever. Like there are
Yeah.
so many experiences that about motherhood that are isolating, and I can only imagine that it's magnified when all of your friends are going to college and
yeah.
doing all the things that you're
I
like, this is what I was
think
supposed to be doing at
It
this time.
helped to continue. Like I still went to college when I was supposed to go to college. I just took her with me.
Yes.
So I think that, I mean, obviously I didn't like go to college parties and rush sororities, which I don't think I would have done
Done
sorority
anyways.
Michaela
anyways.
and I didn't either.
Yeah.
So
we didn't have
I think I'm
babies.
fine there, but
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little bit of a disconnect, but also I had like gotten that out of my system by the time I had Violet.
Right.
So
Right.
it was fine.
What led to Violet were your college years.
Right. It was just a conglomeration of things that it was just fine. But I will say that was like when Twitter was like popping off, and I was able to find a few other teen moms in the area.
Yeah.
One
Shout
at my
out.
school, which we never got along, but
Which is so important
That's
though,
on her,
anyways.
so,
And like they might not be
yeah.
your best friends ever, but at least you have somebody
we
that
all
you
have.
can like.
We're going through the same thing. We're
Yeah.
all seniors in high school
Yeah.
having a baby.
Yeah.
So that was
Absolutely.
good. I mean, we still keep in touch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how we all found out we were pregnant. And I'm sure, knowing this group, a new story will be coming at some point in the near
Some
future.
point soon.
Give us a few months.
I always say one of us is bound to fall pregnant soon.
Yes.
My favorite British quote. Okay, so next we are going to play Mount Rushmore of Motherhood. And this Mount Rushmore will be, the theme is best
good
pregnancy symptoms. Macy gets to start us out. What is your first best pregnancy
I
system?
am starting with long, gorgeous hair.
That's on my list.
I had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It is a gift that is short-lived because you pop that baby out and you lose it all.
Yeah. You don't know how
And
good
then
it
you
is
cut
until you
And
don't
then
have
you
it
got
anymore.
bangs to hide your bald spot.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those that like while it's happening, I think honestly like the luscious hair is 90% of
The glow.
When people say you have pregnancy glow, it's because your hair looks good.
Yeah, your hair's like thick and
Yeah.
beautiful.
I think
Shiny.
I think absolutely. Some of the pictures I have of myself pregnant with Teddy, I'm like, oh my god,
the best hair.
You had the
So-
best
had
hair
the
with
best
Teddy.
hair with
so
Teddy.
beautiful.
My hair was as long
Oh,
as it's
it
been in
was
a
so
decade
pretty.
when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
It just grew so well.
Yeah. And it's not that like I lost hair. Obviously I've got like my little baby spots up here. I didn't experience like pregnancy hair loss or postpartum hair loss like terribly.
I flipped you off.
I
I,
did-
don't think you
That's
saw.
fine. I did see it. I did lose hair, but like not enough. Like I'm not concerned about my hair loss postpartum, but it's just like it was so much better pregnant.
Yes. It's like natural extensions. Like
Yes.
it's thick and full. And
I feel like once you
and
pop the baby out, like
shiny.
the dull, like it just goes dull.
It goes. I think that's what
And
I
then
was
your
getting
ends
at.
get
Is that you
stringy and it
miss?
just
Well, also,
changes.
you don't drink enough water. You don't sleep enough. So all
Yeah.
the things that make
Yeah.
you look healthy,
Absolutely.
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have like double the vitamins because you're taking prenatals
And you're
it's-
eating like a garbage can because
Yeah.
you're eating out every single
Yeah.
meal.
Yes.
So it's not just like the thickness that you lose, it's like the luster of your hair like gets sucked out of you as soon as that
Yes.
baby's out of your womb.
Absolutely.
My first one is pregnancy boobs.
That was
Yep.
number one.
That
I
was-
almost did it, but I had the still hair.
Pregnancy boobs are the best boobs.
I actually wrote
So
big old
good.
tits.
I wrote
big boobs.
I wrote boobies. So pregnancy boobs are the best by far. And again, as soon as you have your baby, it's over.
They're done
It
for.
is-
And every moment afterwards.
The best part of pregnancy
Yeah.
boobs is before you have a belly. You are
Yes.
tiny waisted, big
Big
boob. You're
boobs.
like, I just got a big old boob job. I
Yeah.
should be on Baywatch.
I have the best tits I've ever had in my life right now.
Absolutely.
And then you get the belly and it kind of takes away from the boobs for a while.
but then they at least have a place to rest.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're perky and
Yeah.
it's like the best. I want to take a picture for my next pregnancy
But
of my
naked?
pregnancy boobs only and give it to a surgeon after the fact and be like, I want this all the time because they're the best. They're the best.
And then you breastfeed, and then your boobs are down to your knees, and everything's bad.
And it's horrible. Like it really is awful. It's as
Yes.
bad as you think it's gonna be.
My boobs
like-
don't even know each other anymore.
not to be vulgar, but when you're like on all fours and your boobs just
Oh my
what the
god.
hell?
They don't even look like part of your body. You know, there's been long discussion that the male anatomy is so much grosser than the female anatomy, and I always agree with that. Breastfeeding boobs are starting to get as icky as male anatomy.
Literally,
It's
it's like
genuinely-
from that angle, they're just like
It's genuinely
what are we
like
doing?
cow udders. Like there's no other comparison. They are so bad postpartum.
so bad.
If you're in this boat though, buy a minimizer bra.
Yeah, agree.
They really help.
Yes.
And
You
then
can
get
do
rich
things.
and then call Dr. Miami.
Yes.
yes, just don't
And
be naked.
it's like when older people are like, I don't remember what movie it is, but it's this older woman talking to this younger woman and she's like, take nude pictures of yourself.
It's
right
Moira
now.
Rose.
Oh yeah. From Schitt's Creek. And she's like, take all the naked pictures while your body looks the way it does. I say that, but of your breasts while you're pregnant.
absolutely.
Yes. It's beautiful.
My first one is craving the most disgusting food combinations and no one being able to say anything to you about them.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Yes.
getting it.
Yeah.
Just getting to
Eating
eat it.
whatever you want.
I have
Whatever.
judgment free eating, so I'll take that off. So
Did
I
you
don't
all have any
accidentally say it.
crazy pregnancy cravings?
With August, I craved hot Cheetos
Mm-hmm.
and like the nachos that you put in the microwave with the shredded cheese, like nobody's business.
Yes.
And I would combine them.
I ate cheddar peppers, which if you're not from our place, like jalapeno poppers, but from a fast food, like from Sonic, I ate them 30 days in a row. Me and Logan checked the calendar.
I would love
30
to see your
days in a row.
Sonic unbagged during
Yeah.
your pregnancy.
Okay, was your heartburn not god awful?
I would then come home and eat 5 Tums and
Yeah.
then pass out.
I was gonna say I can't
Real.
imagine the acid reflux I would
Yes.
get from that.
Mhm.
With Indy, I loved cereal, which is very basic, but I was like obsessed with cereal. And then with Teddy, she was like my fast food baby. Like I wanted McDonald's, I wanted Taco Bell, I wanted the worst things for you, like the salty, nasty, gross things.
Yeah, but she's such a good baby, so maybe that's
Right.
the hack.
And every time I'm pregnant, I could drink literally gallons of milk.
yes.
I don't know why.
That's
Cold
odd.
milk.
I love milk, but only when I'm pregnant.
All of this is like I puked for 13 weeks. So the second that I stopped puking, I was like gun shy to eat what I wanted. So I
Yeah.
didn't like
Right.
have like a big like people are like you're pregnant, eat whatever, and I'm like if I do anything that will upset my stomach to the point that I puke again after I
Yeah.
puked that whole first trimester, I'll die.
It like gets to a point where you're literally like,
Scared of it?
perhaps I don't have this baby.
Yes. Yes.
Were you guys cereal pregnancies? Did you eat a lot of cereal or no? Because it's very common for people
At
to
the
eat cereal.
end with August, I did do cereal.
I assume it's like our body's craving like the calcium or something because cereal does not taste the same when you're not pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's like when you get a good bowl of cereal postpartum or like after pregnancy and you eat it, you're like,
This isn't as
this
good as I
isn't
remember.
as good. Yeah. But
Yeah.
then when you get a moment where you eat a good bowl, you're like, am I pregnant? Because this is too good.
Yes. I didn't eat cereal, but I did. And like I said, I wasn't that hungry because I'd been so sick. But I did like in my 3rd trimester, at one point, I woke up at 4 a.m. and my stomach was growling. And I literally couldn't go back to bed until I made something. And I made myself a Knorr pasta sides, like fettuccine or something. And I ate it at 4 a.m. alone.
That slaps.
Yeah.
It slaps sometimes.
Okay. Is
Lexi,
it me?
it's your
Okay,
turn
it's
again?
me.
Oh, no, it's Lexi. It's the snake. Okay.
My next one is your feet hurting, which you're like, that's not positive, but you get a foot rub and no one gets to complain. Like your husband has to rub your feet and you get that every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like
I
that
hate
is
a foot
positive.
rub though. That isn't me, but I do respect people.
Oh, I
that
love a foot
I
rub.
hate
love a
rub.
But
foot rub.
Logan hates a foot.
Yeah.
Well,
Logan hates it.
for me alone, your
Yeah.
feet hurting because you get a foot rub.
I just don't. I don't know. I'm not a big massage person though, so maybe that's why. I don't really like being touched. Turns
Yeah.
out. Except for
Yeah,
those
you-
4 days out of the month.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you can't stop getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Yet
Yet
love to be
ovulation is
pregnant.
the time for me.
She's like, I didn't tell you guys all my babies have been artificial insemination.
I don't like
Nick
being
and a
touched.
turkey baster.
yeah. Yeah.
My next one is one that I tell to every pregnant person who's going through the trenches. Baby kicks.
Oh.
Baby kicks are my favorite, other than tits. Baby kicks are my favorite pregnancy symptom, but specifically, I have post bubbles, pre rolls.
Yes.
Like the bubbles at the beginning are like, am I feeling what I think I'm feeling? And then the rolls when they're like, and you can like see hands and arms like
I hate
move
that.
on the extension, and it kind of hurts because they're so big. Right in that sweet spot. But
Yes.
post bubbles, pre rolls, which is pre rolls is funny, but anyways,
And when they'll kick you back,
pre rolls.
you give them a tap and they kick back.
Yes, and like being able to put your hand somewhere and they like doot, doot,
Yes.
doot, doot, or like you can feel like an elbow or something. I'm obsessed with baby kicks though. Once you're to that phase where you get baby kicks, I love it.
Yes.
It's so cool. It's my favorite part.
I will say though, from like 30 to 38, Jesse's feet were right
Yeah.
up in this rib. Oh, I think he bruised me from the inside.
and it's like pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like pain.
Yeah.
okay. My next one is going home early from events.
That's a good
Anywhere
one.
you are,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh well, mama's tired.
Yeah.
You
I'll
see you
see
later.
you guys
Yes.
tomorrow. You can always leave. You can always dip. And you can always cancel.
Mhm.
Yes.
You have the perfect excuse. And who is going to fight with a pregnant mother?
No.
No one.
will.
That's
No
what I
one.
put on my list.
Like,
Having an
you
excuse
just-
to leave every event.
Yes.
early.
Every event. It's the
You
ultimate
just
Irish
kind of
goodbye.
sneak close to the door and they're like, is it time to go, mama? And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So tired. Like, I gotta go. I'm really tired.
Baby needs a sleep and
Yeah.
a snack.
Me
Yes.
at 10 weeks pregnant. I'm like, baby needs to go.
Yes.
They're like, you're pregnant. You haven't even told anyone yet.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is nesting energy.
Oh,
Yes.
I love the phase like near the end where you're just like deep cleaning everything. You're organizing drawers you've never done before. Like you have like this burst of like, okay, I need, because most of your pregnancy you spend very tired, like exhausted, tired, wanting to take a nap every 5 seconds. Once nesting period hits, it's the best.
Yes.
I feel so accomplished. I'm very type A. Like I love organizing. I love a label maker. I love getting things ready and like doing the nursery. I love painting, like going to the store and buying all the stuff for the room. I love nesting, and it's like the best time to do it. Sometimes I'm literally like, I need to get pregnant again so I can reorganize this house
Yes,
because I don't
do
have
feel
the
that.
time or the care to do it right now. But I know it's the best when you're pregnant.
Yes.
And you
I
have
agree.
something so fun to plan for,
Right, a baby.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm all their baby clothes. My next one is having an excuse to be a little more bitchy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like no one gets to say anything to you.
You
Yes.
get a little like ragey sometimes, and they're like,
You can be a bitch, and they just have to say yes, ma'am.
mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Nope. Lexi again.
I don't know the snake. Me and the snake are fighting. I'm trying to cut off
So
his
you'll
head.
get the last pick. So
Okay.
she'll go one more time, me, and then you get the last.
But I've only done 2, right?
You've done.
Oh well, maybe you were supposed to go again.
I think. I've only done 2.
What 2 have you done?
Hair and going home early.
Yeah, you should have gone before I went.
Okay, let me
Just
just
then.
sneak
So
one
you
in
go
then.
again.
Okay. This is for people with social
Sorry, Snake.
anxiety. Always having something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you
Yes.
get checked out at the grocery store or when you run into someone from high school, you don't have to come up with conversation. It's like, oh yeah, I feel okay. Yeah, it's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing the winter. Yeah, this is his name. It is so nice. Like it is social lubricant because my belly does it's the starter and the ender.
Yeah.
Because like this is what we're talking about, and also mama's gotta go. She's tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Snake.
I know. The snake is not snaking. So sorry.
It's the songbird.
Being able to eat the rest of your husband's food and him not being able to say anything.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I think we're all married to men that are like, they would love an excuse to go out and get something else to eat too.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're like,
Absolutely.
well, I'm craving this one thing, they're like, I'll go get it. No worries.
Yeah,
Sure.
no worries.
Like
I'll do that
this
for
is
you.
a benefit for them as well. They're like, I have to go get my wife this one random thing at this restaurant, so I guess I'll get something else.
Midnight snack.
Yeah, truly. Okay, so you have your 4.
Mhm.
Okay, my 4th and final is kind of going along. Well, okay, I'm going with sudden VIP treatment everywhere you go.
Yes.
If you need a spot to sit, if someone's going to let you, go first, they're going to hold the door open for you. People are so nice to you, like
Yes.
all the time, like mostly, I mean, for the most part, especially in Oklahoma, people are nice anyways, like in public, but especially if you're pregnant, like the old ladies talk to you at the grocery store, and like the people complain a lot about like the unsolicited belly touching when you're pregnant. I've never thought it was like weird unless it was like I've never been touched by like a man's never done it, but like if it's like an older woman or like a baby or one of my students at school, like I don't care, I think it's sweet. But like you are the most important person in every room when you're pregnant, and
It's wonderful. It
it's
really
so
is.
sweet.
That goes
I love
along
it.
with a theory I have, which this is not good, but as women, I think a lot of the times our natural instinct is to be mean to other women.
Mhm.
Like our gut is not to be nice. It's to be like, ugh, I
Yeah.
wish I had that outfit, or like, ugh,
Yeah.
whatever. When you're pregnant though, you're all of a sudden a part of this club where women are like, I've been there.
yeah,
How you feeling, mama?
yeah,
And it's like, for the first time, you're like, older women aren't looking at me with disdain that I stole their youth. They're looking at me with like warm nostalgia.
yes,
Yeah.
that
which
they
is
have
which
been
is a
pregnant.
double-edged sword.
It's
and
horrible and that shouldn't
inherently
be the
terrible.
case.
Yes.
Which is going to come up into my next our next topic is gonna kind of touch on this for me at least, that it's like as soon as you have the baby, they don't care anymore. Like
Oh,
nobody cares,
no
and
one.
that's how it feels, But yeah, definitely the perk of being pregnant is like everybody's nice to you. People are doing things for you. They're holding the door open for you. They're getting your grocery bags if they look heavy. Like
They're
it's
letting you
best.
cut in line at the grocery store. They're like,
Mhm.
go ahead. You're like, really?
We don't
You
live
would
in
do
a
that for
place of
me?
like public transport, but I assume when you're pregnant, like
Yeah.
people give you the seat and
Yeah, we have those
best.
parking spots some places.
We have
yeah.
the what is that thing? The city bus downtown.
the bus did.
The thing that only takes you about 4 blocks
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
downtown.
Which when you're
streetcar?
pregnant,
The streetcar.
Yeah.
I'm
when
like,
you're
I'm
pregnant, if you have to walk downtown, I guess take that streetcar, girl.
Take the
I'm
streetcar.
avoiding downtown like the plague when I'm
Yes.
pregnant.
Okay, my last one, and I could go with some others, but I'm just wanting to go a little silly, goofy. Stick with me, ladies, and you.
And Jen's.
Overalls.
Absolutely.
You are never cuter in your
Love.
whole life than you are pregnant in
In
overalls.
overalls.
You
Absolutely.
are the montage in the movie when the wife dies and the
Yeah.
husband's looking back on all of her beautiful memories. It's her pregnant in overalls. Like
Yes.
it's so
Like
adorable.
painting the nursery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss
With a little
Honey, but
with
pregnant.
a little bandana on or
Oh
something
my
fun.
gosh,
Like,
yeah.
Yes.
so cute.
Yeah. One of them maybe's unhooked.
I do love a pregnancy overall.
Cute.
It's
and your belly's
adorable.
just out there. You
Yeah.
like turn to the side, and it's like, oh, there it is.
if
the
you're pregnant
kangaroo.
right now, get on Amazon, order yourself
Get some overalls.
Get some overalls.
overalls and just soak in the
Not the
beauty
ones
of
with the
you.
skinny legs. Like you need actual. Like you can cuff them a couple
Yeah,
times.
big
Yeah.
baggy.
Not skinny
You want them
overalls.
baggy.
Let
yeah,
the
yeah.
belly grow in there. It's so cute.
Like Blake Lively in It Ends With Us when
Yes.
she's pregnant. Her outfits only are good when
Careful,
she's in
she's
her
gonna
big
sue
pregnancy.
us.
Hey, I'm saying she looks great,
yes.
but that's the vibe that everyone goes for. Is that
Only she
phase.
would add a skirt, 2 jackets,
Yes.
a bandana.
Unfortunately,
and boots,
she's layered
And a
up to her
rhinestone
horrible
boots.
line.
turtleneck. Yeah,
and fishnets.
yeah,
And a bad attitude.
but great hair.
Yeah.
Always
So good.
Yeah.
great hair. Okay, so let's go over our 4. Let's recap the 4 that we picked, and then we
Absolutely.
will let you guys vote on your favorite.
I have long, gorgeous hair. Going home early from events.
Is that Joey?
Yes, my dog's howling. Oh, because the sirens are going
tornado.
off.
Yes.
It is noon, which means we have a mandatory tornado siren testing, and my dog
I'm like tornado drill. We all get up.
also tests. We all put on helmets at noon every day in Oklahoma if you're new here. Okay.
A glass out with our beer.
I have long, gorgeous hair, getting to go home early from events, always having something to talk about with strangers, and the way you look in overalls when you're pregnant.
Obsessed.
Go ahead.
Mine are baby kicks, post bubbles, and pre rolls, boobies, nesting energy, and sudden VIP treatment from strangers.
Mine are daily foot rubs, eating disgusting food combinations, being a bitch, and getting to eat the rest of your husband's food.
All wonderful. If you're on the fence about getting pregnant, here's 12 reasons
I
why
was
you
gonna
should.
say maybe you guys are convincing me that it's time again.
Yes.
It's
Like,
time
it's
again.
low-key a good time.
It's
low-key a
low-key
good time.
We didn't say
a
the
good
most
time.
obvious one, not having a period for 9
Oh,
months.
Yeah, that's
true.
honorable mention.
That's
and
top of the
I
list.
my one that I almost said, excuse to nap all the time.
I had that on my list
absolutely.
too.
Anytime
Getting
you
to
want,
nap.
nobody gets to say shit.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like the counter to that is that you are always tired.
Yeah.
Yes, very
And
so
that
tired.
you like sleeping isn't always so comfortable.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
kind of wake
sleeping's
up
not
sometimes
comfortable.
more uncomfortable than you were when
Yeah.
you went to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to move on to a little mini topic where we're just gonna spitball some examples of
We just get spitballs.
We're gonna do a spitball fight.
we are going to share a couple things that no one told us about during labor. And we have an example of both types. So hopefully you can find something that culminates, is that right? With you, resonates more with your experience too, because we have 2 vaginal deliveries and 1 cesarean. 2 cesarean technically, but 1 person. So
No one told me, and so I didn't prepare that your epidural doesn't always work.
Absolutely.
unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
It's the worst.
No one told me that you don't have to give consent for there to be student doctors present while you're spread eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily mine asked, but I don't know that they have to. Technically it's more of like a
I think because I was in an operating room and
Right.
not in a
yeah, that's true.
delivery room.
No one told me that your nurses are people too, and they might not know what they're doing.
Mhm.
Specifically, I just have a small one. When I was pregnant with Indy, going in, I was induced with her. There are shift changes with nurses that happens like every 12 hours. You have like a 7 a.m. to a 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to a 7 a.m. nurse typically. Or maybe it's 4. I don't remember.
I think it's 7.
But we went in early to have our thing. They put the Pitocin. They like started the drip, the IV and all that. They came in like 2 hours later and they were like, how are you feeling? Like, you're not really like progressing. Like, is everything okay? And I was like, I don't really feel anything. I was not hooked up to Pitocin. It was just dripping onto my bed,
Oh,
the
good.
medicine. And I'm sure I still paid for it.
Absolutely, you did.
So the nurse was like shift changing. That's why I brought that up. She was ready to leave that morning. She left. Didn't get hooked up.
Awesome.
Love
So,
that for you.
your nurses might not know. Well, not that they don't know what they're doing, but they do make mistakes. And sometimes you experience them.
Yeah.
Because I think like doctors and medical people, like you're under the guise of like, they know so much more than me, which they do.
As they
But
should.
we're all people. And sometimes we make mistakes. And sometimes you're at the
They're not immune.
experiencing end of those, which it ended up being
And
fine.
that's
but
why
I was
you
like,
sign liability papers.
I was
Yep.
like, what do you mean that they haven't started my Pitocin? It's been 2 hours. Anyways.
No one told me about cervical checks and how those feel.
Pre or post? Like pre.
All. When your epidural doesn't work, they all feel the same.
They all feel the same. Yeah.
No one told me about specifically when you're getting a C-section, the shoulder pain because the air travels through your organs up to your shoulders. No one told me about that. It's like feels like your arms are on fire, and then they give you morphine, and then you don't remember the birth. So that's fun.
Oh my God. The recovery of a C-section is so incredibly different. Nobody told me that after you deliver your baby, there will be a nurse in your room every 2 hours, pushing on your belly to make sure your uterus shrinks back down into size, or checking vitals, checking baby, doing something. Like they're like, get as much rest as you want, mama, but we'll be in here. We're turning the lights on and it's going to be loud every hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yes.
So that's really fun.
No one told me that when you breastfeed, early days, your body goes into labor contractions again for like a week.
Yes, that hurts so bad.
And you don't get the good meds that time
Yeah.
because you're just supposed to experience it on your own.
No one told me that post C-section you have to take a shower by yourself before they let you leave the hospital.
Yeah. I was lucky enough. I never showered at a hospital because I refused, because we just go home like 24 hours after birth because I'm like, get me out of here. But yeah, I agree. I can't imagine taking a shower.
Yeah.
Oh, with my first baby specifically, nobody told me that when you do have an epidural that works, your bladder can become paralyzed, making it really hard for you to pee. And it feels like you have to pee, but you like the muscle won't do it because it won't relax. Yeah, which was really kind of terrifying because I was like, I am trying to pee, but I can't. Nothing's coming out. Well, my bladder was paralyzed with my epidural. So
Do they
that
hook
was fun.
you up with vaginal births? Do they hook you up to a catheter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of catheter, 10 out of 10. One of my favorite parts of giving birth vaginally is because they stick that thing in, and for the first time in 9 months, you don't go pee every 5 seconds because it just comes out of you.
Because my epidural didn't
On its
work,
way.
I just felt like I had to pee, and it just felt like something was shoved in my bladder or my urethra.
They put one
Urethra.
in with a C-section too. Obviously, you can't feel it because you can't feel your
Anything.
literal body.
Yeah.
But when they take it out, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yuck.
No one told me that the drugs that are supposed to help your body, aka fentanyl, also affect your brain, and that the whole time you are in painful labor, your brain will be singing over and over again the Kanye West song, "Everything that I have, praise the Lord," over and over again to psychedelic images. That's what my
God.
brain was doing while I was
think
pushing.
that might be a unique
I
experience.
would close my eyes and be at a rave, and I'd open and I'd be in a painful delivery room.
God.
Not bad. No one tells me that the fentanyl is $75 per dose.
Yeah.
No one told me about the labor shivers that you get right before you deliver. When you're like getting close to like 10 centimeters dilated, you start chattering, your lips start chattering like you're freezing cold, and you cannot stop it. You're not cold, everything's fine, and you're literally just like it's like adrenaline or something, I don't remember, but
That's crazy.
the labor shivers.
No one told me about that either. 'Cause
I
that's
literally
the
was
first
like,
I'm hearing.
what the heck is happening? And they're like, it's normal. That means baby's on its way. I'm like, what?
Is baby cold?
Yeah, is
Yeah.
the baby telling me I need a coat?
Yeah. No one told me that when you are in the depths of labor and not progressing, but you're pushing and you're really stressed, that to try and encourage you, the nurse will say, "Would it make you feel better if you reached down and felt his head?" I said, "I guess."
Did it?
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I loved doing that.
I'm reaching in. Oh, I guess it's different.
I loved doing that.
No one told me that during a C-section, your anesthesiologist is your bestie. She's going to hold your hand. She's going to hold your head.
good.
She's going to tell you when the baby comes out. She's going to make sure your spouse does not pass out. And she's the morphine keeper.
In the opposite effect, nobody told me that when you're getting your epidural for the first time, it could be a student and it could take up to an hour for them to find the right spot on your spine.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
Especially not on your first baby.
Yeah. Mine was also a student, and I told them,
Why is that so common?
yeah,
Should not be allowed.
I said I'm
Change that.
very, very anxious about the epidural, but I do want it. And then I proceeded to be bent over, shaking from nerves, hearing the doctor coach the student. I would move it to the left. I'll move it down a little.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
I'll be paralyzed.
Right. Mine was so bad that after an hour of this girl trying, which if you've ever gotten an epidural, you're like hunched over this pillow.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to get your legs are propped up. Nothing going on down here. Like my water had broken at that time. I'm like leaking onto the ground. And the teacher, the instructor, the actual person with the degree in it had to step in after an hour because they were like, this should not be taking this long.
Kick that person out
It
of
was
whatever
crazy.
school they're in. Kick them out.
Immediately after
them
I got
out.
my epidural too, I'm like, thank God that's over. And then the nurse is like, all right, mommy, I'll check in a bit. And I'm like, oh, wait. And she's like, oh God, you can have an immediate blood sugar drop and
Yeah.
almost pass out.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
My eyes are like rolling back in my head. They're like pumping stuff in my IV.
Yeah.
Similarly, I've never had an epidural. You get a spinal tap with a C-section, and that needle is so thick and large, like it's visible, like you can see the needle.
I'm getting the chills.
But no one tells me that a spinal tap takes place. Like it's like they stick it in. You're like hunched over. They stick it in your back. It's like this giant, like comically large needle. It's like what for? But then immediately they have to catch you and lay you down because
You're out.
you're done for.
Yeah. Maybe we should do one more.
I'm out.
This one might make some people mad, but nobody ever told me that your mother baby nurses compared to your labor and delivery nurses are kind of mean.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. And this goes back into the once you've had the baby, they don't care about you anymore.
Anyone.
Yes. And it's like, I know that they're not there to like teach me how to be a mom, but sometimes their responses to like me not knowing what's happening because I just had a baby for the first time are not nice. Like they're like, nope. Have you tried feeding? Nope. You really need to start tracking their blah, 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 their feeds and their pees and their poops every 2 hours on this thing. And
It's like,
you
how was
also
I
need to
supposed
do
to know that?
this. And also like, they were like, when's the last time you fed? I was like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, I'm going to try and sleep again. And then I'll try again at like 3 a.m. or something. But 3 a.m. would put me at the 3-hour mark. So they were like, nope, you have to wake up at 2. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand that there's a purpose for it. However, the delivery matters.
Be
And-
kind.
And those mother baby nurses are not very nice.
It's
Yes.
like it becomes very apparent when they say like all of the mean girls from high school become nurses.
I feel
it
that.
becomes very apparent in that moment. I
Yes.
swear they all become
Yes.
the
And I'm like,
postpartum nurses.
I'm very vulnerable in this moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm learning as I go. I'm in pain. I'm recovering.
I'm not
XYZ
sleeping.
is going on. And you're just not being very kind to me.
Totally.
So, but all of my labor and delivery nurses have always been lovely and super helpful. It's like they're the ones there to like encourage you, get you to the moment. And then once it's over, it's like
The
your
other nurse cares about the
hormones-
baby.
Yeah, tank and nobody's there for you anymore. So that's always fun.
My last one is no one tells you that some hospitals are anti-formula fed. Like they will not let you. They will not provide it. They will not let you. They say you breastfeed while you're here.
That seems illegal.
And no one tells me that. No one
Was
told
it
me
a
that.
religious?
Yes.
Was it like a saint something?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you would expect there to be kind of a bridge between medical science
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
and
And you would think
Faith.
that they would maybe need to disclose that before you
and also
decided to
I think
deliver
the
there.
biggest thing is like we don't get to pick which hospitals accept our insurance.
Right.
Like we have a very limited option and also which doctor has availability for a new patient.
Also, some
Don't get to
women's
pick that.
anatomy just straight up won't allow.
Mhm.
Right. Because I asked for formula and they're like, we don't do that here.
And like breastfed is the preferred way. Like everybody says fed is best, which of course is true. Breastfed is the better alternative. Like that's the ideal way to feed your child, but it doesn't work for everybody. And I
Yeah.
didn't breastfeed with Teddy at all. I only formula fed from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think it contributed to a lot of my like better postpartum experience and
Absolutely. I will never breastfeed again. Ever.
and the reason she sleeps at night and the reason we've never co-slept and the reason that we didn't worry about her being underfed because I wasn't ever worried about producing anything. I just made her a bottle and she ate it. So formula, not a bad option.
I was fully formula fed, and I'm
Same.
Yeah,
pretty
same.
great.
I'm fine.
3 fully formula fed babies right
Yes.
here.
And look at us
Coming
now.
to you live.
yeah.
Okay. I think that's all.
Absolutely.
Things no one told us about labor. We listed several. They're probably very terrifying if you've never.
We
gone
did a
into
little jump
labor.
scare of like, get pregnant, it's wonderful. And then like,
Mhm.
don't have the baby, it's awful.
Yes.
But also
But-
never give birth to the baby.
Pregnancy's the best. Here's all the great things about pregnancy. However, you do need to be prepared for labor and delivery because
You
it is
do
a dumpster fire.
quickly forget those bad things though.
Oh yeah, and then you
You
go
do
back
quickly
into
forget.
us where we're like, yeah, let's have another. right now.
Totally.
So makes
Okay.
it worthwhile.
Does somebody want to explain guess that noise?
We're going to try a new little game. We'll see if it's fun for you or for us. One of us is going to record a noise from our children, our house, something in our week. And the other two are going to try and guess what that noise is. And you can try and guess too.
I know it.
You know it?
I think I know what it is.
It sounds like.
No.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Oh, I don't think I'm right.
Oh, you go.
I was gonna like foil, like pulling. I don't know.
We need like a button that's like.
Yeah.
What it sounds like to me is a Capri Sun that you suck all the juice out of, and then you blow it back up, and then you suck it out, all the air out, and then you blow it up. No?
Nope.
Well, I know you don't have a baby. My first thought was like pulling the foil top off the formula. You know, the
Yes.
like crinkly foil.
Preface:
me-
I do have older children.
You're right. To me, it sounds like a Capri Sun. But play one more time, since we got it wrong.
One more time.
I guess now you can provide us with the context.
Context is this is something August is doing.
Yes. Well, I pictured that anyways.
And STEM. Min and STEM. See if I hadn't recorded this and I'd be like, is he doing the Cups song from Pitch Perfect? No, are we ready for the answer?
Yes.
Okay. He's playing with magnetiles, like he's building a castle.
Oh,
with
wow. Okay.
Wow.
I was so wrong, and I was so convinced I was right. It literally, there were sounds that it sounded like it was like.
I love that.
Okay.
That's a fun little game.
Yeah.
Well, we were both wrong.
I love
Well,
guess
okay.
that noise.
One day we'll be right.
Magnetiles. It sounded more foily. It sounded more like papery stuff going on. But now
We
that
are
you said
women
that,
in
I'm like,
STEM.
Okay.
Like when you're TikTok, you're like, why does my TikTok suck? And you look, you're accidentally on
On the
STEM.
STEM
Sometimes
tab.
I do that when I get overwhelmed with life and like headlines. I will go to the STEM and I'm like, let me learn long division again.
Life hack.
No.
Let me feel
Send
a
me
little
into a
bit.
spiral.
It
Okay.
helps calm my spiral.
What an episode.
Okay, we'll do our recap.
Yes. So today on the No One Napped podcast, we told you how we all found out we were pregnant. We told you about our McDonald's obsession. I thought mine was bad, and turns out Lexi has me beat.
Lexi's better.
I'm gonna do better next year. We'll do this next year.
Oh, we decided we're all going to start working out. We're walking marathons.
Yeah, Maisie's gonna do a marathon.
We talked about the lack of sex education in Oklahoma and why that made us take 30 pregnancy tests as teens.
Or get pregnant as a teen. Even though I will say, in my defense, the doctor did tell me I would have a hard time getting pregnant because I have a uterus deformity.
Lies.
And so they lied. Either that or I was just really like I had like all of my chances were up.
You had lots of sex, is
Yes.
what we were getting at as a teen.
We
As some
talked
do.
about all the wonderful parts of being pregnant, like beautiful hair and big boobs.
The big boobs.
We
man.
talked about the worst parts, like postpartum. We talked about the worst parts about never having to sleep in the hospital because they keep coming in and pushing on your stomach to make you bleed profusely to make sure your uterus is shrinking back up.
I can feel that
We
sometimes.
I
talked
know.
about how even the biggest Taylor Swift fan will mentally sing Kanye West during labor.
Yes.
And
That
We
is
talked
telling.
about Blake Lively in overalls in all of her layers and It Ends With Us. And we brought it full circle with her beautiful hair and lovely boobs, I'm sure. Unrelated to pregnancy.
you will be sued for that comment.
I'm sure they are good.
Well, I'm watching Gossip Girl right now, and
this is a pro Blake Lively podcast.
Pro veteran.
Pro veteran.
Pro Blake
Pro Blake
Lively.
well,
Lively.
Blake Lively is a veteran
Why was that so hard to say?
Blah, blah, blah.
Blake Lively.
We
because your brain is like,
Because I don't
Get me
wanna say
out.
it
Yes.
intentionally.
and we talked about
Men in STEM.
men in STEM. That's a good-
magnetile sounds. Now you'll know
Magnetile
if your friends
sounds
play that.
and being absolutely wrong about thinking what you think you hear.
Yes.
So don't trust your ears, your eyes, your nose, your mouth.
Most importantly,
No
one
one
napped.
napped.
Bye.
Bye.